If a small town with that quintessential, well-rounded school, that all of the tight-knit community vibes are on your list of an ideal place to call home, today's video just might be crucial in your decision making of where to call home. I'm really excited today to connect with John and Jocelyn, two clients of ours who bought a house just about a year ago in Lumberton. It's gonna be fantastic to be able to spend some time with them and talk about town, because they grew up here and they met in middle school, they went through the schools, they decided to stay in town. So it's gonna be really exciting to hear from them why they really love calling this place home. Now, if this is your first time to the channel, my name is Braden and my partner Trey and we make videos of what living in South Jersey is all about. And we do so because we would absolutely love to help you be more informed about your next move to in and around the south part of the Garden State. And we would absolutely love to be your real estate advisors of choice, and we can do so by just booking a call, a consultation, an in-person meeting with us with the link in the description of this video, and we'll sit down, help you strategize your next move, whether it be in the near future or the distant future. We would absolutely love to help you. So definitely book a call with us. And otherwise, let's get moving and let's check out Lumberton, New Jersey with John and Jocelyn in this next episode of On the Move. Hey guys, it's good to see you. I was just looking, I was like, you guys have lived in the house now for like, what, 9 months?
Yeah, about 9 months now.
Yeah, that's wild. Like,
right?
I know.
Time goes quick.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
How's it been like being homeowners for the first time?
Oh, it's been great. It's nice being able to like decorate your own house, do whatever you want with your house. We've been loving it.
First, it seemed daunting, and the first few months were definitely pretty sporadic, pretty crazy. You know, I mean, you saw it took us a few weeks just to get a couch, so we were sitting on the hardwood floor just for a while.
I kept showing up. I'm like, are you guys gonna get furniture? maybe they're minimalists.
Like I promise, we ordered it. It's coming, but yeah, we're definitely settled in now. So now we're able to enjoy it a little more.
No, that's great. Has anything surprised you about owning a house that you weren't expecting before you bought it that you're realizing now?
I guess the longer we're in the house, we realize like things that previous homeowners maybe neglected, because on the surface everything looks, they're good at prettying everything up on the surface, but over time things come to light. You notice that they cut corners or neglected certain things.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. That's like the thing is like, you do a home inspection, they can only do so much, but like then you just don't realize like, oh, there's something behind the wall.
Yeah.
Or, that like, you just have to be, I think, mentally prepared for it and know that there's gonna be something that you can't foresee that will happen. Fortunately
for us, it's just been little things, nothing major.
Right.
But yeah, I'd say especially as first-time home buyers, it's your first time going through that process, so you don't really know what to look for. You don't have an eye for it.
Yeah.
But once you move in, you learn a little bit more. You're like, oh, I wish I knew a little more about this, but it's just part of the process. So.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Wanted to chat with you guys about Lumberton, because you guys grew up here, and you were very like clear and direct. Like you really wanted to stay in Lumberton, a town where you guys met, where you like literally grew up in, and you wanted to start the next chapter of your lives here in town. Like, what is it about Lumberton that you think makes it an awesome place to live?
I think for me, it's just growing up and knowing my entire family was here and has been here, and this is where I grew up. And it's a great neighborhood, like the neighborhood we live in. Like we go for walks constantly around our neighborhood. It is smaller, so you get to meet your neighbors and you get that family feel for your neighbors as well too. They do have good school districts as well too, and we're getting married this year, and then soon after we plan to have kids too. So that's something that was important to us too, like being in a neighborhood where our kids could grow up and play like we did, and then also making sure that they are going to a good school as well too. So that was pretty big for us.
Growing up here, obviously we have a lot of our families from around here, and we have a lot of friends that we've accumulated over the years. So that's a big factor. But Lumberton itself, I feel like it's a great location as well. It's close enough to everything, but also far enough for everything as well. So you're not, you have like Mount Laurel, Cherry Hill nearby, but I mean, me personally, or us personally, we didn't want to live in all the hustle and bustle within a Mount Laurel or a Cherry Hill or something like that. But we're still close by to those areas. And then, I mean, the beach, we like going to the beach whenever we can. That's an hour away, give or take, to LBI.
Yeah, Lumberton is like just far enough. It's like everybody. I think a lot of people, when they first think about moving to South Jersey, they kind of look at those flagship towns, whether it's Cherry Hill, Marlton, Mount Laurel, Medford, Morristown, Haddonfield, and they forget about some of these other towns that are just beyond that. And Lumberton is literally just 5 minutes. I mean, it's the next town after Mount Laurel, and you get just a little bit more breathing room, as you sort of said. Like, you're not really right directly on top of everything, but we still have a Lowe's, 2 or 3. We have 2 major grocery stores. We have a Starbucks. We have a Walmart. We have CVS's and Walgreens and all of those things right here. Your fast food places. There's a really great little pizza shop on Main Street called Little Shop of Pizzas. It has like a Little Shop of Horrors theme. It's really super cute. But, like, we have all the amenities that you need right here in Lumberton, but people don't really know much about it, because there's not necessarily one singular standout feature about it.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bit of a hidden gem too, in terms of even in terms of like property tax too. Like all those big areas you mentioned, like Marlton, Mount Laurel, Morristown, Haddonfield, those all have high property taxes that New Jersey is trademarked for.
Yes.
When I was working out in Philly, everybody feel like, oh, you're crazy living out there. Property taxes are insane. I'm like, then we're talking our property taxes. I'm like, ours are pretty much level with yours, and it's really not. It's not what it's made out to be. Like, you can find nice areas like this and be just as comfortable.
Absolutely. Trey and I did a video on the cost of living in South Jersey versus a Pennsylvania suburb, and the thing that people don't realize that Pennsylvania suburbs, they have multiple taxes. So when you start adding in those layered taxes in there, it's not that big of a difference, and your home prices are definitely more expensive there. So your monthly payment is still going to be on par, if not more expensive there sometimes. So right now we're driving through the Hollybrook and the Glenwood section of Lumberton. It's they're 2 communities, but it's basically one. You grew up. Oh, there's an ice cream truck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she loves Mr. Softy.
Oh, I do. I love Mr. Softy.
They're really great about the Mr. Softy in town. Like, they will come and find you.
Oh, yeah, he's great. Like, he's always around. As soon as it's nice weather, he's out.
And if he doesn't come to find you, Joss is going to come and find them. So.
Yeah, I'll come and find you.
He'll give you his phone number. Like, if you want Mr. Softy to come to your house in Lumberton, like, you call him, be like, hey, or text him, be like, can you come to here? Like, they'll come.
They're great.
Yeah. It's a very small, like, classic, like, American town.
Yeah.
Right.
But the Hollybrook neighborhood, you grew up in this neighborhood.
I did.
Right? There's a lot of starter houses in here. They were built in the 1950s and 1960s. You're going to get some ranchers, some split levels, those kind of things. And they're still affordable as a starter house. Or if you're looking to downsize, they're great too. What do you love most about this neighborhood in particular? And how would you describe it to somebody who's maybe considering a move to Lumberton and not sure what neighborhood might be right for them?
I think the best way to describe this neighborhood is just homey. Like, everybody, and like I said, I grew up here, so everybody in this neighborhood, a lot of people I know, a lot of people know my family. You have great neighbors that you get to know just from it being like a family standpoint. A lot of these are single family houses. A lot of people live here for a long time because they just love this neighborhood, and so people end up staying here for a long time, and they just love it here. And I just feel like it's just home to me. Like, if I think of home, it's this neighborhood. So
yeah, even just our close neighbors, like, I mean, it's a small sample of the entire neighborhood, but there's a handful of our neighbors that are within a few houses of us that they've lived there for like 50 plus years. And I think that plays a part into the hominess that Joss is talking about. Just, there's very little turnover within the neighborhood. So because of that, everybody gets to know one another, and it's a very, very tight-knit neighborhood and little community within like the broader Lumberton community.
I can tell you that there's not a lot of inventory in Lumberton. People snatch down some roots here, and then they don't let go because it's a little, like you said. I always tell people it's like Burlington County's best kept secret because there's nothing like there's no alarm bells about why to move to Lumberton. But when you look at all of the things across the board and neighborhoods like Hollybrook, it's like, okay, this is a no-brainer. Like, this is where I should start my home buying journey. What I thought we would do is I thought we would go look at Bobby's Run, which is a neighborhood in Lumberton that if you're looking for a little bit more size, a little bit more space, because in here, your homes are going to definitely be under 1,900 square feet on average. So I think that we should go look at something a little bit bigger. Let's talk about what Bobby's Run is like and give people an idea of what that community is like. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right, let's go. We're on Bobby's Run Boulevard, which is sort of the main thoroughfare into Bobby's Run. There's all these kind of little U-shaped streets off on either side, and it will connect you through Lumberton as well. This is the biggest development in Lumberton. It was farmland until probably the late 80s or 90s, and then it became this big development with about 600 houses in it. Your average house in here is going to be probably about 2,200 to 3,000 square feet. And you're gonna find a house in here in the high 5s to the low 8s now, believe it or not. And of course, this is where the schools are, there's parks. This is definitely someone who's, they've had their first kid, maybe their second kid, and they're realizing they need a little bit more space. This would be a great neighborhood for you if you were in that scenario.
Like, I just remember growing up here, like going to Lumberton schools, had so many friends that lived in Bobby's Run, and it's nice to have. That's kind of like why we liked staying within like Glenwood, Hollybrook area, because it's adjacent to Bobby's Run, so we kind of take advantage of this large neighborhood as well. It's just so interconnected. Yeah, lots of people, lots of families, and it's nice because the kids could go out and meet up with their friends, and you don't have to worry about them crossing any major roadways or anything like that. And then in addition to that, the school, Bobby's Run School and Lumberton Middle School, they're nestled within the neighborhood itself. So in terms of walking to school, the majority of kids living here can just walk to school from, I think it's 3rd through 8th grade now. So that's a nice added benefit.
Yeah, it literally, you can let your kids walk to school, walk around this neighborhood after school. You're gonna see kids, playing basketball in their driveways or, like on their bikes, riding around town, in here. It's pretty safe, feeling community, and just has that like very tight-knit feel. And like I said, there's so many people who live in here. Absolutely. Now, Bobby's Run is home to the Bobby's Run School as well as the Lumberton Middle School. Wanted to just ask you both sort of what kind of extracurricular activities are there for families with kids who are going to be considering Lumberton as a place to live?
So starting out, when the kids are young, there's like when I was growing up, I was involved in all the sports programs. So you have all the rec sports available to you, like baseball, soccer, football, street hockey. I don't know if they still have that anymore, but I have friends play tennis and stuff. You could dive into music. I played the violin for a few years, but there's tons of other instruments you could take part in through the school.
RV is definitely known for an abundance of extracurricular activities. So really, whatever your kids are interested in, there's definitely going to be something that makes sense for them to partake in. So RV is located in Mount Holly, and one of the fantastic things about Lumberton is that you are halfway between both Medford and Mount Holly. So you have access to both of those main streets, which you can definitely watch our videos on here in the channel. Let's talk about Mount Holly, subscribing through it. When I was working on my video about Mount Holly, I forgot how many cool things there are to do in Mount Holly.
Yeah, you have Trainwreck over there that is really good, and then you also have Stratosphere, a new brewery that just opened up. There's also wineries, and then there's also places to eat too, like Biuno's is really good, and then you have Downtown Pizza. And if you like breweries as well, Village Idiot is right there, and then you can go to Village Idiot, get yourself some pizza. There's also Vincent's Ice Cream, which is personally my favorite.
It is I proclaimed in my Mount Holly video that it is hands down my favorite ice cream shop, period.com. It's so good.
It's so good. And I think it actually just opened back up today or yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Because they're closed in the off season. It's like winter,
Yeah.
But,
I love their coconut almond joy and their strawberry cheesecake. My favorite.
Mount Holly's pretty good with having different types of events throughout the year as well. Like the Fire and Ice Festival is always a cool one, where you see ice sculptures, like people carve them out with chainsaws throughout the town for display, and then they'll have a chili festival, like a chili contest. They're pretty good with having different kinds of events throughout the year as well. It's cool to be able to take advantage of that, being, living so close by in Lumberton.
Yeah, it's walkable. You can park, walk around, get your drink, get some food, and it's got all that historic charm. You can buy an older historic home in Mount Holly, as well as Lumberton, and with the history as well, you have things like the historic Smithville Park. You have the old prison, which is really cool to do a tour of. So there's just some cool spaces to get to be able to be immersed in history here as well. So we're coming up here on RV, or Rancocas Valley Regional High School, but if you're gonna move to the area, everybody's just gonna call it RV. It's such a beautiful school. Can we just talk about that first?
Yeah, it is, I agree. And especially at nighttime, they'll put the little candles in the windows, and it's beautiful. It just looks beautiful.
Yes, they've done a good job of preserving its historic charm over the years, because I think the school is coming up on almost 100 years of age. But they do such a great job maintaining it and constantly painting it, and all the upkeeping that comes with the landscaping and whatnot. And they're constantly investing to new facilities and upgrading different aspects of the campus. So yeah, it definitely shows.
To me, it reminds me of the high school from Greece. I don't know why in my head, it doesn't really look like it, but it has that feel, that kind of Americana, just classic architecture. But let's talk about what's going on inside. For someone who's considering moving to Lumberton and their kids will be attending this high school, what can they expect from the quality of education that you guys received, and what does it feel like as a community? If you could just shed some light, because I think it's great to hear from people who went to the school.
I thought RV was very good about if you knew what you wanted to do when you got out of high school, pursuing that. So for me, going into nursing, they focused on putting me in more biology classes and science classes, and making sure I did anatomy and physiology, things that more catered to me. Whereas other people, let's say you're more into doing construction or something like that, they have programs for that too, where you can kind of pick and choose the classes you want to do to benefit you as well.
There's a wide variety of arts classes if you want to go that route, or shop classes if you want to, like Josh was saying, dig more into the blue collar type stuff, or if you just want to stick to the sciences and more traditional schoolwork, there's that as well. And they have there's a wide range in terms of levels of coursework too. I mean, the lowest being you have college prep is what they call it, which is your average coursework, and then there's honors and AP classes or advanced placement classes as well if you truly want to shoot for the stars.
The school district here is just well-rounded. It just does a good job of meeting people where they're at, challenging them, and providing opportunities across the board, whether it's higher educational AP style classes or the many extracurricular activities, but maintaining that super small town feel. Well, I thought that we would wrap up our day heading over to definitely what is going to be like the higher end development of Lumberton. We're going to go over to Coventry, Glen, drive around, look at some big houses. Because Lumberton really does have houses, all different sizes, all different price points. We're gonna head over there. We'll show everybody what those neighborhoods look like, and then we'll wrap up our time together.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome. Let's go. So definitely, if you're looking for more space, you got the big old budget to match it. You're gonna look at Coventry, Glen. These houses are gonna be 3,000 square feet plus. You're gonna have, big basements. You have a big yard. It's definitely the most expensive neighborhood in Lumberton, period. The community can support a big development like this because of where we're located geographically. You have access to tons of different job opportunities. We do have access to the base. You're probably 20 minutes to the base from here?
Yeah, 25,
Yeah. You can get, into Philly, still relatively, so you get a high paying job there, or Princeton's probably 40 minutes, Lockheed Martin's in Morristown, and you can come home to paying way less taxes and get a lot more house. Because if you put one of these houses in Morristown, you would be 1.2, 1.3, maybe 1.4, some of them. You put one of these houses in Haddonfield, it'd be at 2 million.
Yeah.
So, live here and go enjoy all the awesome stuff in those towns, and save a little bit of money. New Jersey is highly ranked in the country for its schools, and that's because 2/3 of our tax bills are reinvested back in the education in this state. And so, yeah, we do have high taxes, but we also have high level of services as well. So you get what you pay for.
Yeah, definitely.
How would you describe this neighborhood to folks who are, maybe considering Coventry, Glen?
So I would consider this neighborhood like if you're looking, you have a lot of kids, or you want a bigger house, like this is the place to go. It's a beautiful neighborhood. You have beautiful houses around here. It's definitely bigger than Bobby's Run houses, obviously bigger than Hollybrook houses, but it's definitely, if you're looking for a more spacious area, this would be the place to go.
Yeah, and you have the means to back it up. Yeah, that's a nice thing about Lumberton. You just have such a wide spectrum of people living in Lumberton, and you have different neighborhoods to accommodate different, different lifestyles, different income levels. This would probably be, this is definitely the high end side of Lumberton in terms of if you want like a decent sized plot of land and also a large house, like you said, maybe around like 3,300 square feet plus. This is the spot to do it. And then, just outside this neighborhood too, there's the farms too. Like if you want something more rural, there's that opportunity as well. Growing up, the friends that lived here, you always wanted to come here for Halloween because trick-or-treating was always pretty luxurious over
this is
here.
where you got the big size
You're
candy.
Get the king size candy bars here, yeah.
If not, some people would hand out cash. So
wow.
Yeah.
If you close your eyes and you imagine that quintessential small town, Lumberton just feels like that.
Yeah.
And I don't have any other special way to describe it to people, but it just feels like that small town that you're like, yeah, I grew up there. Looking back, is there something that you wish you knew about your home, like the process of buying a house, right? Is there something you wish you had thought about differently? Like, what advice do you have for somebody out there who's thinking about buying a house that they should be thinking about early in the process?
Well, I guess the first I would say is just trying to identify the big ticket items in the house and pay attention to those. So for us, that would be, or I guess for anybody, the roof, big ticket item, the kitchen itself, cabinets and all. And then also HVAC, water heater, the furnace, all that. Yeah, pay attention to the big ticket items. I feel like it's easy to overlook that as a first-time home buyer just because you're so excited to be a part of this process and looking at your first home. But don't forget to look into those because the seller will definitely try to slip those under the radar if they can. And the second thing, like I guess on the flip side of the same coin, I guess don't forget to enjoy the process of buying a home too, because you're so, at least for us, you're so excited going into it, and then you realize some people are real shady, and then it kind of discourages you, and you're like, man, I can't believe people are like this. But I mean, it's just the name of the game, and some people, at the end of the day, they're just trying to make a quick buck on their home and trying to get as much money as they can. And yeah, I would say don't let that take away from your first time home buying experience, because you're only going to do it once, buying a home for the first time. So just try to enjoy it as much as you can.
Jocelyn, for someone who is thinking about buying a house, right, and they're about to enter into the housing market here in South Jersey, like, it's competitive.
It is.
It's, like, what's the best thing you can do for your mentality and your mindset if you're going to get in the game?
I would know what you want and then look for what you want. And then when you find that house you like, you got to go for it. Like, you can't wait too long because then it slips and then someone else gets it. Like, you got to know what you want and then just be prepared that once you know what you want, that you're going to have to go like full head first into what you're going to buy. I would say that was the biggest thing for us, is like, it was scary. You're scared being first-time home buyers and you don't know the name of the game. So you go in and you find this house you like, and then you're like waiting, and then you miss out the opportunity on the house that you loved, and you never know if that house, you'll be able to find that house again. So I would just say knowing what you want and then be ready to go all in when you know it's the house you love.
Because that certainly happened with you guys. We found you a house. It was like kind of a unicorn house.
Yeah.
It's Victorian, corner lot, near the park, right? It wasn't anything you were looking at. And you were on the fence about it. And then you decided you liked it, and you waited a day and a half. And by the time that the time came along, someone else had snatched it up, right? What was that like?
So at first when it happened, like, we were like, oh my goodness, like, how did that happen so fast? Like you said, it was only a day and a half, and we didn't realize that that's how fast this whole process went. So at first we were upset about it. We were like, oh man, it's a unicorn house. Like, we're never gonna find anything that we like that is like that house. But then we kept on looking, and then the house that we found actually worked out better for us. It's a beautiful house. It's in the exact neighborhood where I grew up. I'm still close to my family. My parents actually live in this neighborhood too, so it worked out. But it's hard at first, and when it happens, you can't be super discouraged. Like, it stinks in the moment. You're gonna be upset about it, but you gotta keep moving forward, because the house marketing doesn't stop when you stop. So you just gotta keep forth with it, and you'll end up finding something that you love in a different way, so. Yeah,
it's unfortunate for us with that house. It was just unfortunate that happened to be our first day going out to look at houses seriously. And that was our first time putting an offer in on a house. So we didn't really, as first time home buyers, we didn't know what the process was like, and especially in this market, how fast things move. But yeah, like Josh said, at the end of the day, it all worked out for us, fortunately. And yeah, there's plenty of houses out there. It's just the market's tough, and yeah, you just gotta bear with it. But yeah, really hone in on what you want, and going off Josh's point from earlier, saying yeah, knowing what you want. Also, I would say in the beginning, you might know what you want before you even look at houses as a first-time home buyer, but I would say be open-minded, because we went into it, I remember saying we didn't want to pay over $400, wanted to pay no more than this per month, and we wanted this, and this within a house. And then just looking at houses below our price range, above our price range, and right in the middle, right where we said we wanted to be. And just to see what you get for your money, and seeing where things would be at. And then we realized that being under 400 just wasn't feasible for what we wanted. We didn't want as much of a fixer-upper as being under 400 would have gotten us for the size of house we wanted. But we wouldn't have known that if we didn't keep our minds open to what was out there. And yeah, I think it's important to bear that in mind.
I'll say you guys had a really good mindset going through the process, because sometimes you do meet people and you know, it takes time. It's okay, like, it's a crazy experience, and this market is completely unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I love helping people prepare for that. And some people get prepared faster than others, and that's fine. That's normal. That's how it goes. But to your credit, you guys were so good at knowing what you wanted, but also understanding that it required a little bit of flexibility, because the house won't have 10 out of 10. It's going to have 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 9 out of 10. And you got to be willing to kind of massage what it is that's truly important to you in the home buying process as you go. Because a lot of people, especially first-time home buyers, I find, they think they're going to be buried in the house and that it's the last house they'll ever buy, and they look at it through that scope. And so sometimes it's just helpful to know that, hey, is this the 5-year house? Is this the 6, 7-year house? Something like that. And take some of the pressure off so you can get something that you truly actually want. It makes sense for you right now. So you guys knocked it out of the park, honestly, when it came to finding a house that made sense for you.
Yeah, we felt like with both you and Trey, like, it just happened to work out. Like, again, we both grew up in Lumberton, in this neighborhood. We were actually going just for a walk one day, and we went to the Ellis house.
Oh, 10 Ellis. You guys met at 10 Ellis.
That's where we met you guys. Yeah.
That was crazy. 33 offers on that house. That was nuts. I remember that. Yeah.
So we went there just roaming, because at the time we weren't necessarily looking to buy a house, but we were like, oh, that house is for sale. Let's just look. Like, let's look like what we would be getting ourselves into. So we went and we just connected with both you and Trey, and it was like an instant connection, and we just all worked so well together. And you guys were so helpful with this experience with us, and we always tell people, we're like, oh, you need a realtor? We have one. We have 2. We don't even have one. We have 2 for you guys.
Yeah. It's like Shark Tank, 2 sharks instead of one.
Because a lot of our friends, a lot of people close to our life, they had bad experiences with their realtors. So it was like, no, we didn't have that. And then people are like, what? Like, they're on their like 4th or 5th realtor, and we're like, no, we just got lucky. Like, we stumbled upon the right ones and ended up in the house we wanted. So
I love that. Well, thank you guys so much for spending time with me today and sharing Lumberton with the world. I really do appreciate that. And it's always good to catch up with you guys.
Yeah, you as well. You're welcome. We hope that we influence people to buy a nice house in Lumberton. You could potentially be our neighbors, so.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's really just about like being able to give people the information so they can make the best decision for themselves wherever and whenever that is, just like you guys did. So it was good to see you too.
Yeah, good to see you.
All right, I'll see you guys soon.
Yep, sounds good.
Bye. Well, thank you so much for joining us today on this next episode of On the Move. It was so much fun being able to connect with John and Jocelyn, spend some time with them, explore Lumberton, talk about some of the things that make it such a great place to call home. If you are considering making a move to in and around the area, again, definitely book a consultation with us, because we'd absolutely love to make your next move smooth, free, and maybe even a little bit of fun. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We got more videos like this on the way. And otherwise, have a fantastic day. Go live greater, and we can't wait to see you guys again real soon here at Greater Living South Jersey. Bye.